to record in this
Yes.
meeting today.
But do you think that it's important to repass the grammatic, the grammar? Sorry, no grammatic,
Grammar,
the grammar.
actually, what we are doing while we are doing our exercise is doing grammar.
Grammar.
Because we
Okay.
are doing grammar. You know, when in the book you have the part that is test, that is just, you know, like a training. The training part is just the revision of the grammar. If during that revision there is something that you really don't get it, you don't know it, you don't understand, or something that you need more exercise on that structure, so we are going even to close that book, open another one, open new other activities, and doing what you need. Okay, but actually in that book there is grammar and everything. The only thing that they suppose that you already know the whole grammar. So they're just mentioning and let you practice the grammar. They don't put any scheme, you know, all the things that you need to study grammar, but I have plenty of them. So if, for example, you say, listen, Paula, this structure, it's not so clear. I need more time. I need more exercise to make it mine. So we're doing everything together. No problem. You have just to tell me if you see that I'm going too fast. Stop me. Slow down me, and tell me, okay, now we need some times to understand this part. We cannot go on. Okay, but you know, because I'm just following the usual, let's say, the preparation of the first certificate, that is
Okay.
supposed to be like this. So today I received two proposals of teaching English online, one from China and one from Thailand.
No.
Yes.
Wow.
Say, oh gosh, I don't think I will accept because I have no time actually. But they were proposing me, they were sending me letters. So my name is arriving on to China.
Wow.
You are famous.
Yeah, because they say that usually they prefer people that are not British for their own market, because
Ah,
probably they have an access that is not from, you know, like if I did it, you can do it. That is probably that's what they think. While some mother tongue usually they think that they cannot understand the real students' needs.
a
Because
real
they,
student.
yeah,
Yeah,
but it's not true. It's not. There's not a law, not for one, not for the other. I mean, the
yes.
truth is always in the middle, you know. And
They
that's my,
need very much to study English. In
yeah,
China, they don't know English.
yeah. They don't
All
know.
of
They don't know.
them.
That's
I've
why.
been in China for a long tour
Yeah, I remember.
in a lot of big but very big cities such as Nanjing, Peking,
Yes.
um, Hong Kong. Hong Kong, they know.
They
Yes,
speak.
because they have a different story there because they've been
In
English,
Peking,
British
no
for.
one, no one. Also, the receptionist in the hotel,
That is unbelievable.
they didn't.
I when I've been for the first time and last time, unfortunately, to China, it was almost 30 years ago. So of course nobody was speaking English at all. They some of them they didn't even ever have any contact with tourists, but it was 30 years ago, so I suppose that things are changing a lot,
No,
but actually they don't speak other languages so
no.
fluently. Yeah.
Only university students, they
Yes,
know.
of course. And so they are seeking for some teachers. We will see. We'll never know. We'll never know. Okay, so I think that we can arrive here. We didn't stay here, or we did. Page 17.
18.
So we did 17.
Yes.
We did the lesson.
Okay, and we have to do the second, this one.
Yes.
Number 4.
Yeah.
Because
Okay.
oh, sorry. Homework was
So I think that is just page 18.
Yes.
And exercise 4 that we had to do together. Is that correct?
Yeah.
Yeah. Training useful English.
18.
Yes.
Yes, 18. All until 4 exercise.
Yes. 4, 3. Okay. Let's start to do it. Okay, so here we are, these sentences written by first candidates each contain word formation errors. Let's correct the mistakes. So here we will have what kind of mistakes? A wrong affix, that could be a suffix or prefix, a spelling mistake, or they confusing singular and plural. So the mistakes can be various, but they have put in italics, so you see them. Okay.
Yes.
So you go there and you decide which one you correct, and you tell me which one is the mistake. Okay, Vale, could you start with number 1?
The paramedics gave him first aid and, without losing a second, put him in the ambulance. Losing, I think it's a spelling mistake. The double O.
Yes, there's no double O, there's just one O. Perfect. Super. Okay. Ross.
More and more people in my country are out of work and unemployment is getting worse. Now there is a confusion between singular and plural, so unemployment. In
That's
this
it.
case,
That's it. Is the unemployment. Yes, very good. Super. Okay, number 3, Vale.
I think the fact that only 60% of the money will go to the hospital is unacceptable. Just
yes.
Okay. I think it is used wrong affix.
It is.
In spite of an.
UN. Yes, perfect. Unacceptable. Yes.
Yeah. Unacceptable.
Very good. Very good. 4.
The gang must have been very careful because the police could find no evidence at all. So evidence without S.
Yeah, because it's an uncountable name. So you cannot count how many evidences. It's evidence. Okay. Very good. 5.
You can go develop a good relation with your pet over time. Relation. I think it's wrong affix.
Yes, it is.
Relationship.
Super. Super fantastic. Yeah. 6.
They work with scientific institutions to study the environment in the area.
Yeah.
Without a T, because
yes.
scientific.
It's
scientific
just scientific. Yeah. Yeah. Sure.
I think that this is a good way to solve the disagree between Pat and his friend. And I don't know this one. Disagree, maybe.
What is that? Is that a noun, a verb?
It's a noun.
It's a noun. So the noun disagree actually is not used as a noun, but as a verb. If I want a noun, what can I use it? What kind of affix can I use it?
No.
Like, agree is the same. Here you have this.
Disagree.
So it's something that you know because it's similar when you're doing a contract. You are doing
An
what?
agreement.
That's it. So disagree, the
Disagreement.
same. That's it.
Ah,
Beautiful.
okay.
Fantastic. Disagreement. To solve the disagreement between Pat and his friend. Very good.
Ah, okay.
Yes.
Disagree is the
verb.
Is
the
verb.
verb.
Okay.
Is the negative of
Okay.
agree. Agree, disagree. Okay. Yeah. 8. Ross.
I'm hopeful that I will be able to do this job in the future. Hopeful is without one L.
Yes, with just one L. Yes,
One
perfect.
L.
Perfect. Yes. 9.
I had to work for 100 hours a week and 8 at unregularly times. Unregularly. I think it's unregular.
No, it's irregular.
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 Okay.
Irregular.
Irregular.
Irregular times. Yes.
Okay.
But regular. It doesn't exist in general regularly.
Yes,
It doesn't.
regularly as an adverb you can use it regularly. Yes.
Irregular times, irregularly is a verb.
Yes,
is an
because it is a verb.
Verb.
Here you need an adjective. Yes. Yes.
Employers should provide insurance for all of this stuff.
Yes.
Employers without one E because employer.
Yes. It's a different word completely. Yes, the employer, the employees
is
without R or employer. Very good.
Yes.
Very good.
Which is the difference?
So the employer, just with one E, is the person that is hiring somebody, is the manager. The employer is the person who is hired from the employee, the employer. Okay?
Sì.
So the employee is the impiegato. The employer è
datore di lavoro.
Datore di lavoro. Ah, ok.
Colui che assume.
Colui che assume.
Yes, in Italian, sometimes, you know, words they are
so
precise. Yeah, it's true. So what's wrong with you? That's fantastic. You say that it was difficult, but that means that this difficulties is what you need because your results, they're fantastic. So you need something difficult.
Yeah, this exercise was easy. Easy, no?
Remember, always remember, this is test 1. I mean, it's the first time you're meeting this kind of text, so don't worry about it. Okay, now let's get into part 3 of the exam practice. That is just what we are going to do, what we have practiced up to now, we are going to do in an exam test. The same as in the exam. Okay, so remember what you have to do. You have a text and you have to use the word given in capitals letters and some of the line at the end of some of the lines to form a word that fits in the gap in the same line. For example, here you see you got embarrass here, and the word that you needed is embarrassment. Okay, most of us have suffered the embarrassment of forgetting someone's name.
Name.
Okay, so the first thing that you have to understand is what kind of word, grammarly speaking, you need here. If you need a verb, if you need an adverb, an adjective, and then with the exercise we have done, you can try, even if you don't know exactly that precise word, but you can try to assume the appropriate word that you need. Remember that you need just one word, okay? Okay. This is number 17. Okay. Let's go on. Okay, most of us suffer the embarrassment of forgetting someone's name. Let's go on, Valentina, up to the full stop.
Often we fail to pay attention when are made, but later on in the conversation, we don't want to appear by asking them what they are called.
Yes.
I think we for 17 we need a noun.
A noun. It is a noun.
I try introduction.
Be careful.
Introduction.
Are. So the noun has to be
introduction.
Plural, because
Plural,
we have
yeah.
are. Yes. Yes. Perfect. Introductions. Yeah, that's it.
But later on in the conversation, we don't want to appear polite. 17, an adjective.
It is. It is. Very good.
I try. Polite with a Y.
We don't want to appear how?
Ah, no, I'm polite.
That's it. But be careful because the correct affix is impolite.
Impolite.
Impolite, but you did it.
With the M. I am.
I am.
I am impolite.
Impolite.
Asking them what they are called. Ah, okay.
Yes. Okay. Go, Ross.
Fortunately, there are some simple ways you can come this problem.
Okay, so this is, you know what they mean. They want another word for resolve.
Yeah, I know because I did the exercise, but I didn't know the verb come over. So,
overcome is not come over, is overcome.
Overcome. I didn't know overcome. I didn't remember. Overcome. I met this verb in other situation, but a long time ago. But I forget overcome.
Yeah, because now overcome.
If you say,
just, you see, is going over. I mean, you resolve the problem because you're jumping over it.
Overcome. So if you say something, overcome, or there is some context where you can you use overcome, I understand it.
Yes.
So I recognize
but when you have to use it, you forget.
That. So in this case, I didn't forget.
Yes, after this discussion, you will remind. After this discussion, you will remind it because this is very useful for that. Okay, go on
up to full stop. Okay.
Yes.
One is to improve. One is to improve your powers of observation.
Yes.
Observation.
Observation. Very good. Yes. Okay. Do you want to go on, Valen?
It's a noun.
It's a noun. Yes. The powers of observation.
No. Okay.
It's a singular noun.
Sì. Practice faces in public places, making a mental note of physical, such as height, foreheads, or narrow eyebrows.
Okay.
Mental note of physical. A noun.
Yes, a noun.
Characterization.
Easier. Make it easier.
Character. Noun.
The details of a face are your
Characteristics.
yes, perfect. Characteristics. And of course, is plural. Characteristics such as high forehead, yes,
Okay.
yes, or narrow eyebrows.
Qua.
Yes, narrow. Okay, those characteristics. Okay, let's go on.
Me?
Yes, yes, anybody. You just bounce the ball from one to another as you wish.
You'll
Okay.
be surprised what a wide of shapes and sizes people's features have. Wide variety.
Yeah,
Varieties.
variety. No, a singular.
Variety.
A wide variety.
Variety.
Yes.
It's a noun.
Yes. A wide variety and size people's features have. Let's go on.
Then when you first meet someone, remember them as Laura with the small nose, for example.
Yes. Okay, Ross, let's go and finish this paragraph.
With surnames, make associations. Make is an adjective.
Not really. Not really.
Ah, not really.
It's an adjective. Yes, it's an adjective.
Adjective.
Yes, yes.
Visional. Or visionable.
Visual. Visual associations.
Make visual associations. For instance, imagine people called Cook. Ah, yes. With the name, make a visual association.
Yeah.
For instance, imagine people called Cook, Ford, or King making a meal. Cook, okay? Driving a car, or wearing a crown. Respect.
Yeah.
Finally, ending with the person's name, as in see you later, Max, is a good way of that you don't forget it.
Okay, sure.
Of good way of.
It's a verb.
It is a verb. Yes, correct.
I don't know.
Which verb form is needed after of?
Wait, right. Ensuring.
Yeah.
Ensuring
that you don't forget.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Ensuring.
Started with en.
Yeah. En. Yes.
Super. Fantastic. That was difficult and you did really well. Now let's get into part 4. In part 4 of the exam, you will find 6 questions, each with a leading sentence, a key word, and a second gap sentence for you to complete. So we are going to see how to transform these words. Let's see which are the keywords transformation. How can we transform the word? We already started to do something, but now look at all these expressions. Do you see that?
Yeah. After, avoid, carry on.
Or to infinitive.
Yes, so all these forms we usually are followed by infinitive or the ing form.
Okay.
Okay, so without doing this, because it's just could be confusing for you, we just go on the exercise where there's the practice. If it's not enough, I'm going to do flashback, yes, flashback, rewind, and I explain you the rules. When do you use the infinitive and when do you use the ing form? Okay, let's try to do this. Now, you complete the second sentence so that it means the same as the first sentence using ing or to plus infinitive. Okay?
Yes.
Yeah.
Very good. Let's go on. I'm going out this evening is I've decided to go out this evening.
Okay.
To listen to music in the evening.
But we need to.
Okay, yes. You need to yes. Go, Ross. Trying to do the same.
I like to listen to music in the evening. I enjoy listening music in the evening.
Yes, but don't forget the two. I enjoy listening to music. Is always
two.
Yeah.
Yes,
Okay.
because listening to.
Yes, very good.
To listen to.
I enjoy listening to music. Very good. Okay.
The bus will probably be late again. The bus is likely to be late again.
Yes, it's likely to be late again. Very good.
We can't play tennis until Saturday. We will have to put off playing tennis until Saturday.
Super. Okay.
Which is the spelling of playing?
Oh, that's a good question. That's a
Because
really good question.
I am very confused about it.
So with play, you never have to drop off the Y. Okay. So it's P-L-A-Y-I-N-G.
Okay.
Okay.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
It doesn't make sense to stay here. There's no point in staying here.
Yes. Do you drop the Y here or do you keep it like in plain?
I keep it.
Yes, you keep it. Yes, you keep it. Very good. Stain. Yeah. 6.
Although I felt ill, I went to school, despite the fact. Despite of being ill.
Be careful. The word it's felt. That is
feeling. Sorry.
Okay.
Despite of feeling ill.
Despite feeling ill.
Despite feeling
ill.
I went
to school. I went to school. Good. Yes, very good.
Despite feeling ill.
Despite feeling ill. Yes. 7.
I'll be glad if Mark comes to my party. I want Mark coming to my party.
No, with want, you want the infinitive. I want Mark to come to my party.
Okay. To my
Pete didn't remember to call Emma. Kate forgot to call Emma.
They forgot to call Emma. Yes, yes. So you see, you know how to use it quite well. The thing is that usually there are so many rules, but what I can do, let me write it down. I can send you all the chart where we have when do we use the infinitive and when do you use the form ing.
Yeah.
But actually is a nonsense to read a list, because actually there are verbs that you use with the infinitive and other verbs that you use with the form ing. What can help you is thinking that usually, even with the present progressive, for example, and with the verbs that are related to feelings like love, hate, etc., we don't use the the present progressive, because we don't use the form ing with the verbs related to feelings. Usually, that means that sometimes you have exception. So this is the one of the rules, but I'm going to send you the whole rule. Okay.
We don't use the ing form with
the progressive form,
progressive,
yes.
progressive form.
Yeah, with the, sorry, with the feelings verbs, with feelings verb, usually. Okay, so I can't say I'm loving, oh, that this is beautiful, I'm loving it. No, I love it. I can't say I'm loving it. Okay, and it's more or less the same idea that we are using here. For example, I want you to go, I say with infinitive verb, not with I wanting you. I never say I want you to go. Okay. Now, sometimes in the test, there are past forms of the modal verb.
Yes, modal.
What do you know about the modal verbs? So modal verbs, do you know that they have a particular kind of rule? They are following different rules. Actually, what can help you is that sometimes they are called auxiliary modal verbs, because they are very, very similar to the use of the auxiliary. And so sometimes they are following the same rules. For example, you never use a modal verb with the infinitive to, never, like can, could, should, never with to. It doesn't exist, the infinitive with to. And so on, you know. But here we have the modal plus past participle.
But the modal verbs are can, could, should.
Yes, then what else?
Must.
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 Then ought to. Have you ever heard ought to?
Ought to. Yes.
What's the spelling?
O-U-G-H-T. And then to.
Ought to. No, I don't know.
Modal verbs.
That's much better.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. Yeah, because I think it's important just to have a clear idea. So modal verbs are very common. They're used to talk, we know modal verbs. So we are using to talk about almost everywhere and almost in each occasion, because we are using to talk about ability, permission, request, offer, suggestion and advice, obligation, and logical deduction. So just try to read each one connected to is used and trying to understand them. If you want to comment, just comment, but if it's very clear, just let's go on. So Ross, start with the ability.
Ability. I can speak 3 languages. I can't read Latin because it's too difficult. I couldn't study it when I was at school.
At
So
positive,
for me, I can
negative, and
negative
past.
and past.
Okay, it's expressing ability, is what you are able to do. Okay, it doesn't mean that you have the possibility in this case. Like when I say I can swim, means that I am able to do by crawling and so on. Okay, I can cook. It doesn't mean that you have pots and hands. It means that you are very good at. Ok? Io so cucinare. It's not io posso in this case. But we use the modals even in other way. Vale, read the
You
next
can
one.
have more cake if you want. You may take as much as you like. Could I have another slice of cake?
Okay, so this is permission, giving or asking for permission, as usual.
Okay.
Could I open the window? And that's it. And Ross requests.
And could you give me a ride home later? Would you email James for me, please? Will you look? Will you look up the office tonight?
Okay, so now we don't have just can or could or may. We have also would and will.
Would you pass me the water, please?
Yeah, that's it. Yeah, and will. Will you lock?
The office tonight.
Okay.
No.
And then offers.
Can I help you with those? May I take one of those for you? Shall I carry some of your bags?
Okay, so the difference with this one, will and shall, is just that we use shall for I and we. First singular and first plural person. That's it. Okay. And is completely, this is their offer to help. And then we got suggestion and advice. They are two different things. Go, Ross.
Sorry. You
To concentrate.
very good. I'm almost sleeping.
I'm sorry, I can't share coffee with you.
It happens when I do lesson after lunch. Just lunch.
I know. I know the feeling. I know the feeling.
Used to go to the doctor. You could try the new medicine.
So this is the use of should and ought to. So should is an advice. You should go to the doctor, otherwise you can have a serious damage.
Yeah.
You ought to is more a moral obligation. I think you ought to go to the doctor because it could help you giving you pills for sleeping better. But it's not something like an advice. It's a suggestion. Okay, this is the difference between for example, ought to is a moral obligation, like I know I ought to go more often to visit my grandma, but actually I can't. I don't find the time. It's something that I know it would be fair. It's right for me, but sometimes I can't follow. So it's a moral obligation, not just a law. like we find here for obligation. Vale.
You must arrive on time for work. You must not be late for work.
And we have the modal of deductions, very common. Go, Ross.
Logical deductions.
Yes.
It can be Jane because she's on vacation. It might, may be Dave. I don't know. It must be Tom, since nobody else ever calls.
So we use the modals for all our logical deduction. Okay, we don't use other verbs because we are not sure. We deduct that this is true, but it could also be wrong. So I say, it can't be Jane because she's on vacation, and I have some evidence that I know that it can be Jane. Or the telephone is ringing. It could be Dave. Answer the phone. Okay, it must be Tom since nobody else ever calls. Okay, this is just very, very quick revision of the modals that I'm going to send it to you.
Yes.
But if you need some, for example, you see here we have how to form it, and then so many. If you want ability, and then for each one of these, for each part of this, I got a page. So if you want that I send you everything, all this, it is because it's very visual, this one. And it's a grammar, yes, it's a visual grammar, but it's very well done. So you see, for example, here, you ought to learn how to drive. You have to learn how to drive. The first one means that it's better for you if you learn how to drive. The second one is that you have to, because otherwise you don't find a job. So it's compulsory. You must learn how to drive. Okay, so have to and must is something that you are obliged to do. You ought to is something that is better for you if you do it. Okay. So then we have ability with can at the past and at the permissions with many, many examples. Shall, suggestion and advice. Could for suggestion. Recommendations, obligations. You see, it's quite if you want to, but of course, I think that you just going into and making deductions. Okay.
It's
and
useful. It's useful.
It's very useful because
we have to memorize.
what I suggest you, it's reading loud. Because the sound of your voice reading a sentence is immediately going directly into your brain. And then if you read something similar, your brain is recalling that sentence. It's something that you are not doing by yourself. It's just your brain that is elaborating everything. Your computer that you got in your head is just working very possibility. No, this would no because it's past possibility, but it's quite everything with modal verbs. There are 16 pages of explanation, but you know, it's not 16 pages of very thick words. They are just sentences that you can read and repeat. Just read them. And I think that at the end, you know perfectly well everything connected to the modal verbs. Then, if you want, when you have read it, them, all of them, I can send you some exercise to fix everything. Okay?
Yes.
Okay, Ross, you there?
Yes, I'm with you. I'm with you.
Yeah, okay. No problem.
I have some problems with the conditional periods.
The
If,
first, the second, the third, yeah.
With have and participle, and that's
Okay, so we can do something about the conditional next time. I can prepare something that is very, easy to follow. I got a nice presentation conditional.
Fine.
Because there are a lot of situations in the conditional for real situations, for imagination, another.
Yeah, it's very much used. It's very much used, the conditional. And actually, we use, but if you have clear in your mind which conditional is what, I think you can do it. So next time we're gonna start with the conditional. Okay? All the conditional. There are 4 conditionals. Yeah, because we got conditional 0, that it was added after, because I remember many years ago, it wasn't existed. There were 3 conditionals, 1, 2, and 3. But then they realize, grammar, English grammar people and all the scholars, they are terrible. And so they say, yes, but even this one is a conditional because we use it with if. So if we use everything with if as a conditional, even the past simple is a conditional. And so they put together even the conditional 0. That is something that should be 0. Then we got the conditional 1, the conditional 2, that is the most used. The most used is the second one. And then the third conditional, that is the dreaming conditional, the something that it could be
realistic.
Unrealistic completely.
Unrealistic.
Yeah, because it's something that is related to the past. So you can't change the past. So the third conditional is connected to the past and you can't change the past, unfortunately. The second conditional is related to some future, not really easy to get, like winning a lottery, but still it could be possible. And this is the second conditional. And then we have the 0 and the first that are very easygoing, and they're not even considered as conditionals. But next time I'm going to give you all the example and to let you practice a bit. Okay?
Yes.
Let's see if we have something that you could use it. Okay.
Of course.
Okay, here you add the use of past modal forms to complete the second sentence so that it means the same as the first. It's a pity you didn't arrive earlier. You should have arrived earlier. So you should know all the various tenses. So I think that it could be, for example, number 2, what do you say? I don't think it's so easy for you, this one.
I'm sure Jack was happy when he saw his exam results. Jack must have been happy when he saw his exam results.
Perfect. Yeah. Give me 5. High 5. Okay. Yes.
It's possible that those friends didn't tell her. Those friends may have told.
Might.
Might.
Oh no, sorry.
No,
May.
it's the
Sorry.
third.
I was on the other.
Yes, I was in another.
Yeah, sorry. May.
May have told her.
It's negative. Didn't tell her. So may.
Oddio.
May not.
May not.
No.
May not
have told.
Very good, super. May not
May
have
not.
told her.
No,
Very good.
may not have told.
Yes. Super.
There's just a chance that Sim got you a ticket. Son,
Yes.
son, Sean might have got you a ticket.
Very good. Might have got you a ticket. Very good.
I am sure your parents weren't pleased when they saw the bill. Your parents can't have been pleased
Yes.
when they saw the bill.
Very good.
There was no need for you to get up early. Go back to bed.
Yes.
You needn't have got up early. Go back to bed.
You're fantastic.
Unfortunately, you sent in your application 2 days late.
Yes.
You should not
Yes.
have sent
In. Always in. Sent in. Sent in.
Sent in. Okay, see.
Like listen to.
Yes, the same. That's it. Sent in. Yeah,
Sent your application 2 days late.
Very good.
I'm sorry you didn't tell me about this before. You ought have told me about this before.
Be careful because you ought to. Is
you ought to.
but it's correct.
Have told me.
Yeah, that's perfect. Bravissime. You really surprising me. Today, you're really surprising me. You're fantastic. Have you had fish for lunch?
Yes, salmon.
So you see, that's true. This is true. Very good. So we have 5 minutes more. So let's try to do this. Circle the correct alternative. Very easy. You don't have to think too much. Just choice. And choose which one do you want.
Okay. Can I start?
Please.
No. My holiday should have begun at midday last Saturday.
Very good. Should have begun.
I saw that somebody had opened the back door, but I didn't have any idea who it might have been.
Have been. Yeah, that's right. Might have been.
The time that the show should the time that the show should should start.
Yes.
Because for me, firstly, it was correct should start, but was
yeah, they are trying to trick you with something that it seems almost good, but it's not.
9:30, but it started 40 minutes later.
Yes, right. 4.
It was really wonderful, and I never wanted to dissolve. I could have never.
Be careful. with the position.
I could never have, it was really wonderful, and I could never have dreamt it would be so good. Never
Yes.
is between the modal verb and the
Yeah, because it's an
This key
adverb
case
of
auxiliary.
frequency and is always go before the verb, except when you have the verb to be that is going after. But usually with all the other verbs, they are verbs of frequency like never, usually, and so they go before the verb. Then we got 5.
We well, to pay for any accommodation there because a friend of job put us up.
Mm-hmm.
We
Here is the meaning that is different.
For me, we did not have to pay for any accommodation there because a friend of Joan put
Yes,
up.
not just for you, even for English grammar. It's the same.
For me,
Yes.
for English
Yeah.
grammar.
For all of us. For all of us. Yeah. Good.
Allora, animals in zoos were not born where they should have been, must have been born in their natural environment, where they should have been
Yeah.
born in their natural environment.
Yes.
I move your box, okay? Okay. We did, we when we arrived at the pub because there was already food there. We didn't need to go to the supermarket.
Yes.
When we arrived at the apartment because there was already food there.
Very good.
I couldn't have imagined until that day how difficult it is to live without electrical energy.
Yes.
Ecco, questo è
It's one of those, yes.
Allora, I couldn't have imagined.
Yes, perfect. Yeah, that's perfect.
I couldn't have imagined until that day how difficult it is to live
So
without
just be more self-confident because you know so many things and you don't know how many things you know. Okay, you have to be more self-confident with you because and with your English. I know that even especially if you're not gonna use it very often, you are feeling not self-confident, but you are not this problem because your level is really good and could just improve. You cannot go behind. Okay, you don't go back, you just go moving forward. You move
Yes,
forward. Yeah,
forward.
that's it. So, okay, so if you want, you can do this. But I think it's better. No, I think you can try to do it and we can see it together next time. So this one is just the exam practice. Do me a favor, if you do it, just trying to see the time. How long does it take to do this exercise? Just exercise page 22, 23. That is actually is just 23 because 22 is explaining you how to do it. Okay.
Yeah.
So read carefully all the instructions and the action plan, and then going into this exercise where be very careful because you have to do another sentence like you have just done, but using also the word they put here. Okay, and you have to put from. They are just from 2 to 5 words, including the one they are giving to you. So here you have to give the same meaning with 2 or 5 words with put it instead. So during our holidays, we eat out rather than cook at home instead. During our holidays, we eat out instead of cooking at home. This is what you have to do here using all the words that they give you here and fill in the blank with from 2 to 5 words, no less than 2, no more than 5.
In the space when
In the
you
space,
in the space.
yes, in the space here, without changing anything else. Okay, and without changing this, you cannot transform it. If it's put, it has to be put. If it's intention, you cannot put intentional, for example, but it has to be intention. Okay.
And yes, and we measure the time.
Try.
Yeah.
You tell me half an hour, 20 minutes, 10 minutes, 1 minute, I don't know.
Yes, yes, of course.
Yes, let's try.
We pay attention for the time.
No, yes, but this time take all the time that you need.
Okay, okay.
But it's just for me because this is the first test. So just for me to make some calculation because we are going to calculate the time from next test, test number 2. Okay.
Okay.
Just for some of them. Okay. Very good, girls. Good girls. Fantastic. I'm very satisfied with you. I hope that you are.
Yes.
Yes, because you're really good, but you are too insecure. Go on, relax, because you're good, so you can do it. Okay. Okay, I send you all the stuff about the modals verb.
Yes, Mother Verse.
Yeah.
Okay, and we talk, we see again very soon.
Yeah.
Bye.
Thank you.
Bye,
Bye.
girls.
Bye. Bye.
Thank you. Bye.